Why the new 2023 Mazda 3 is shocking the world. There are many reasons why the Mazda 3 is one of Mazda's best-selling vehicles, and why car fans are going wild for it in 2023. The super sporty and upscale new Mazda 3 is a refreshing offer in an otherwise stale hatchback segment, and this is just the start. Here's how the 2023 Mazda 3 is shocking the car world. Sleek design inside out. The Mazda 3 is no doubt one of the nicest compact cars to look at. Flowing bodywork with an absence of styling gimmicks that gives it a calm, polished stone appearance to both the sedan and the hatchback, along with the plentiful LEDs as well as the blackout accents, keep the look defined and modern. Also, the interior of the 3 is one of the loveliest of the segment, with well-harmonized color palettes with organic shapes that slot gracefully into one another like puzzle pieces. At the same time, the cabin conveys a sense of solid quality, with controls which are weighty to the touch and materials which go beyond what the typical mass-market compacts offer. But there are some details that could still use a bit of dialing in. The Mazda 3's 360 camera view is a bit distorted to inspire confidence during close-quarters maneuvering, such as the heated steering wheel getting shut off after its initial warm-up. But it is worth noting that even with its quirks, the Mazda 3's amazingly executed cabin is a delight to spend time in. Amazing performance. The Mazda 3's turbocharged engine offers plenty of punch, along with a lusty engine note. Also, a well-tuned sport mode sharpens its response and lets the transmission hold gears longer. And crisply responsive paddle shifters offer quite a lot of consolation for the lack of a manual. Even the naturally aspirated version of the 2.5 is hardly a slug. The automaker gives it a little more power this year as it gets up to 191 horsepower, while the previous model has 186, which is almost as much as the Civic Si or the Integra. But car enthusiasts will still want to go for the pricier turbo. While every 3 model is pretty responsive, only the turbocharged engine makes the 3 satisfyingly quick. When we tested the turbocharged engine, it got a brisk 5.6-second run to 60 miles per hour. Whatever engine you choose, the Mazda 3's road manners are a game changer. The steering has a lovely heft and an instant response, and the handling feels connected and alive. The Mazda 3 also sports a sophisticated all-wheel drive system coupled with a G-Vectoring Control Plus, which uses predictive power distribution to improve its grip and cornering on dry and slippery road surfaces. Now, even the front drive models usually get GVC+, giving a sufficient dose of the all-wheel drive's remarkable composure. And also front-wheel power is what you will have to settle for if you want to get the manual transmission. Now, even the front drive models usually get GVC+, giving a sufficient dose of the all-wheel drive's remarkable composure, and also front-wheel power is what you will have to settle for if you want to get the manual transmission. While its 6-speed gearbox has nothing in common with the Miatas, the shared DNA is apparent in the new 2023 Mazda 3's nicely weighted clutch and decisive shifts. This automaker has always known how to make small, seemingly ordinary cars fun, and this latest 3 is no less. Enthusiasts are probably wondering if Mazda product planners are paying attention to what Honda has done with the Civic Type R in the US, what Toyota is doing with the GR Corolla, or heck, with the Elantra N and Kona N. Accessible, high-performance sports compacts are a thing again. It makes us all miss cars like the Mazda Speed 3. The last one came with a second-generation 3 and boasted a 2.3-liter supercharged i4 that developed 263 horsepower and 280 pounds per foot of torque, which was pretty impressive for a compact car of that time. After adding a turbo to the lineup for 2021, we hoped Mazda would follow it up with a performance-tuned model, but that has yet to happen. Still, we remain optimistic a true enthusiast-focused model will return to one of the brand's models. Amazing gas mileage. The all-new 2023 Mazda 3 is most thrifty when equipped with its non-turbo engine and front-wheel drive. It gives back 30 miles per gallon combined with either the manual or the automatic. Maybe answering earlier complaints about fuel economy, The 2.5-liter engines are now equipped with cylinder deactivation for the new model, but that only goes so far toward lowering the thirst. The all-wheel drive turbo of the Mazda 3 is even thirstier, with an EPA estimated 23 miles per gallon in the city and 31 on the highway. The gas mileage average on the highway exceeds this rating, giving around 34 miles per gallon with the cruise control engaged, but the around-town economy falls short, hovering at around 18 miles per gallon. Moreover, the turbo will run fine regularly but requires premium to achieve its max power output. Super comfortable with a modern interior. The Mazda 3 makes the most of its diminutive footprint and feels adequately spacious, at least up front. The well-bolstered front seats do an awesome job of keeping you in place during drives, even if they're a bit bumpy for long-haul trips. On the higher trims, the user seat is 8-way powered, and heated seats as well as steering wheel become available at mid-range trims. The soft touch surfaces are abundant throughout the cabin and the materials are lovely. Also, the ride is quite firm but not punishing, and with good cabin sound damping for such a small car. The back seat could be more accommodating, with flat seats and a minimum space of legroom for passengers, which is around 35.1 inches. That's a bit tighter than the Civic, which is 37.4 inches, and Elantra being 38 inches, even though it's still better than the Corolla at 34.8 in the sedan and the worst in class, 29.9 in the Corolla hatchback. And on the hatchback, the narrow windows and massive C-pillars create a closed-in feel, and also the big blind spots for the user make the blind spot warnings super important. The sleek, quirky design and dimensions of the all-new 2023 Mazda 3 comes at a cost when talking cargo space. The 13.2 cubic feet capacity of the sedan's trunk falls short of rivals such as the Elantra and Civic, even though the Mazda's trunk holds more than the Corolla sedan. Its hatchback does a bit better, with 20.1 cubic feet in the rear and 60/40 split-folding rear seats, even though its capacity is bested by that of spacious hatches such as the Civic and Subaru Impreza. The small item storage is similarly at a premium, with a slim center console compartment with a pair of cup holders that are tucked in front of the gear shift and a little in the way of the cubbies. The all-new 2023 Mazda 3 focuses on maintaining an ergonomic and uncluttered cabin, but its limited space can sometimes equate to the scarcity of options for stashing your stuff. In terms of tech features, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are at least now standard, even though they're both wired versions. The 8.8-inch infotainment screen is super responsive. Also, there's the nicely integrated 7-inch LCD instrument cluster screen, which replicates the look of analog gauges in Mazda's signature white-on-black palette. There's an optional 12-speaker Bose surround system which delivers rich sound through polished aluminum speaker grills that twinkle in the doors. Variety of safety features offered. The Mazda 3 earns top honors from the IIHS, with both the sedan and hatchback versions awarded Top Safety Pick Plus for the last model. The Mazda 3 is the only small car to keep its top rating, even with the Institute's new stricter side crash tests. Now, while the NHTSA has not yet completed its full battery of tests on the Mazda 3, it has earned 5 stars on the frontal crash and the rollover tests completed so far. The Mazda 3 comes standard with a variety of active safety assists, which include forward collision warning, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control and stop and go called Mazda Radar Cruise Control, along with SANS lane centering, driver attention monitoring, and even automatic high beams. Most of these features work great. The cross-traffic alert and the blind spot monitoring are standard on all the trims other than the base. Amazing features such as traffic sign recognition and steering adaptive front lighting that come with any turbo, while many other goodies reserved for the top trim are a rear auto emergency braking, 360-degree overhead cam, and traffic jam assist. The price point. only some buyers can afford to spend big when purchasing a new set of wheels. For many buyers, a sedan or hatchback is more than enough car for their needs, and no extra money needs to be expended on a flash SUV. As a package, the Mazda 3 is a very hard combination to beat. The sedan offers the most accessible entry point into the range, and it's available for $21,150. Buyers can pick up the hatchback for slightly more cash at $23,550. The Mazda 3 2.5S Select Package has base prices of $25,015. The 2023 Mazda 3 2.5 Turbo has standard all-wheel drive and is only available as a hatchback, and it starts at $33,515. We think the all-new 2023 Mazda 3 is a great option to consider. If you want to check out more insightful videos about the awesome Mazda 3, then click the video on your screen now.